Okay, so in this video we're going to look at algebraic long division, which is really useful for factorising polynomials. There are other ways to factorise polynomials, but this is often the one that's introduced the earliest, so it becomes quite standard and quite used to for students. So let's stick with this one and let's remind you how to do it. So essentially you need to divide your highest power terms. So you have divide, then we multiply, then we subtract is our process, and you repeat over and over and over again until you've finished your work. So here we go. X plus 3 is being divided into x cubed plus 11x squared. Take 12x plus 10. And then we always look for the highest power term here and the highest power term there, and we divide those two. So x cubed divided by x gives you x squared, and then we multiply x squared by both of these. So x squared times x gives you x cubed plus 3x squared, and we subtract that. Now don't forget the brackets, that's important, and also don't forget that minus changes the sign of this one too. So x cubed minus x cubed gives you 0x cubed, which of course disappears, you don't need to write that, plus you get 11 minus 3, so 8x squared, sorry, and then we bring the minus 12x and a 10 down, because negative 12 minus, that's 0x there, and a 0, subtract these from the top line and you get that. Now, this is the highest remaining power over here, and we still have the x over there. So 8x squared divided by 8x. So 8x squared divided by x gives you 8x. And then we multiply down. So 8x times x is 8x squared. 8x times 3 is 24x. And now we subtract. Oops, squared there, sorry. 8x squared minus 8x squared gives you 0x squared. That disappears. And then negative 12 minus positive 24. So negative 12 minus 24 gives you negative 36x. And then that's a minus 0 sitting there. And you get plus 10. And then we have 36x is now our highest, or negative 36 is now our highest power left. So now we are going to divide by that. So negative 36x divided by x gives you negative 36. And we multiply down to negative 36x minus 108, subtract, and we are left with 118 there. Now, a couple of things. Remember, this one here is our quotient. Oh, that is not how you spell quotient. Let's try that again. This is our remainder. This is our divider. All right, so if I'm trying to write the answer to this thing, I can now write that this is equal to x squared plus 8x minus 36, remainder 118. But instead of writing remainder 118, I can now write also plus 118 over x plus 3. Just like you ever had 25 divided by 3, that's 8 remainder 1. You could also write 8 with the remainder of 1 over the divider of 3. So the remainder 118 over divider x plus 3. Let's do this next one. So again, we're going to have x plus 1 here. We're going to have 2x cubed plus 3x squared. Now there's no x term, but I'm going to insert it because when you divide, you're going to end up with one, most likely. And just like if I'm dealing with whole numbers, so 3 into 1, 1, 5, 2, each of these holds a place value. In your long division, the x cubed, x squared, and x terms, every power is a place value, so you don't want to lose the place value. So now I'm going to deal with the highest power term that we have is 2x cubed. We have x there. 2x cubed divided by x is 2x squared, and we multiply out. So 2x cubed plus 2x squared, and we subtract. And 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is 0. 3x squared minus 2x squared is just x squared. And then that's, you got a minus 0 there. So you're still in it with plus 0x plus 8. All right, this x squared is now the highest remaining power remaining over here. So x squared divided by x is x multiply that out, you get x squared plus x. So let's subtract that. And you've got x squares disappear. 0x minus 1x is negative x plus 8. And notice we did get an x there. So that's why it's really important you have a 0x sitting there. Now, the highest remaining power is this negative x here. And we know it's going to be our last step because the x and the x here match. So that's going to give me no x's at all in the result. I'm going to multiply down. And that gives you 9. Again, I can then write this out as the quotient 2x squared plus x minus 1 plus the remainder of 9 over the divisor x plus 1, like that. One last example. Oh, no, I do too much. So 1 cubic and then 1. It's a hyperbola. That one, you'll see it in a second. So again, x cubed minus 2x squared minus 11x plus 12. I should actually move that down one line. There's not going to be enough space. And have x minus 4 goes here. Okay, so x cubed divided by x is x squared. X squared times x is x cubed minus 4x squared. We subtract. The x cubed disappear. We have a double negative now. Negative 2 take away a negative 4 is plus 4. So that gives you 2x squared. And you bring the 11x 12 down. We divide by x again. 2x squared divided by x gives you 2x. And then multiply out. So 2x squared minus 8x. And that's going to give you double negative. So negative and negative are positive. So it's plus 8, which ends up with negative 3x plus 12. And now we divide the negative 3x by the x to get negative 3 and multiply it out. And this time we notice we get a remainder of 0. And we have to think back to our long division as a kid. What does a remainder of 0 mean? It means that x minus 4 is a factor of the cubic. Now I'm not going to go through full factorizing here. That is solving this in a different video. But remember the remainder and factor theorem, it's really important. We know it is a factor, this x minus 4. So then that means that if I was trying to find x-intercepts, this x equals 4 would be an intercept. So that means this thing here now can be written as just x squared plus 2x minus 3. Actually, get rid of the bracket there, which has no remainder. If you're asked to factorize, you'll then continue on because you can actually factorize this, but that is a different video. Last one. This has often come up in Year 12 exams and students are asked to write this in the form a plus b over x plus c, and students have no idea how to do it. What you have to remember is that fraction line means divide. So let's write it out as a division. You get that? 3x divided by x is 3. And then we multiply it by down. It's the shortest long division ever. There are other ways to do this. Of course, long division might be a slightly, I guess, longer way in some sense, but there are other techniques which we don't learn unless you do specialists. So let's stick with this one. 3x minus 3x gives you 0, so it doesn't need to be written. 5 minus 6 is negative 1. So therefore, this 3x plus 5 over x plus 2 thing has 3 wholes. That's our quotient, plus the remainder of negative 1 over x plus 2. So that would then mean if I was asked to write it a plus bx plus c, you'd have a would be 3, b is negative 1, and c would be 2. And this thing here is a graph of a hyperbola, which is where the question normally goes. And that is how you do polynomial long division, or algebraic long division.